Senator Chandler.
Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Home Affairs, Minister Watt. 2 weeks ago, the Canadian government listed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist entity, joining our security and intelligence partner, the United States, in confirming that the IRGC is a terrorist organisation actively involved in planning and carrying out terror attacks. Minister, if the Trudeau government can act to list the IRGC, why can't the Albanese government?
Thank you, Senator Chandler. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Senator Chandler. Well, the short answer, Senator Chandler, as you've been informed previously when you've asked similar questions, is because the Australian government relies on the advice of Australian security agencies when making our decisions about terrorist listings. Now, as Senator Chandler and many of her colleagues have been advised in many previous question times, from the government's point of view, we believe that the IRGC is a malignant actor that has long been a threat to international security. The Gillard government understood this and put broad-based sanctions on the IRGC as a whole in 2010, and the Albanese government has also recognised the threat that they present. That's why we are using the tools available to us to take meaningful action, including the government sanctioning 63 IRGC-linked individuals and 56 IRGC-linked entities. Now, again, as Senator Chandler, Senator Patterson and various others on that side of the chamber know, listings under the Criminal Code apply to non-state actors and not to state actors. That was exactly the same regime that applied when they were in government. But now they don't want to follow the same process as what they followed when they were in government. They want to apply a different standard and different tests to what they were prepared to do when they were the government. These are exactly the same listing provisions that applied when those opposite were in government, and they have not changed. The reality is that the IRGC is a part of the Iranian state, and state actors under Australian law cannot be listed as terrorist organisations. So what I've heard coming from some of those opposite is a bit rich, and we just hear Senator Scarr say change the law. He was here for a few years. Did he change the law? No, he didn't. But he and his colleagues just want to sit back now and take cheap shots at a government that is following exactly the same process as what they did when they were in office, and they will do everything possible to avoid talking about cost of living changes, including those that come into force today, July the 1st. They will do anything to avoid talking about tax cuts and cost of living relief, even asking questions about things they did nothing about in office.
Senator Chandler, first supplementary.
Thank you, President. Minister, at Senate estimates, it was confirmed that in January 2023, the Department of Home Affairs was developing a nomination form and statement of reasons in preparation for a listing of the IRGC. What are the reasons the Department of Home Affairs was seeking to have the IRGC listed as a terrorist organisation in January 2023?
Thank you, Senator Chandler. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Senator Chandler. Well, all I can do is repeat my previous answer, which is that in making its decisions about terrorist listings, the Albanese government relies on the advice of our security agencies, but it is also very well understood under this government and the previous government that terrorist listings are not applied to state actors such as the IRGC. The Albanese government has no time whatsoever for the IRGC. That is why we have imposed sanctions on 63 IRGC-linked individuals and 56 IRGC-linked entities. We are following the same process as applied under the former government, and they never seemed to have a problem when they were in government.
Senator Chandler, second supplementary.
Thank you, President. The IRGC are not only perpetrators of terrorism, but they are known to use extremist anti-Semitic ideology to recruit and spread hatred. Hatred which is spreading in the Australian community. Minister, will the government today finally commit to developing options to enable the IRGC to be listed as a terrorist organisation?
Thank you, Senator Chandler. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President. My understanding is that the opposition has actually been briefed on these very issues that they are now asking questions about in question time. And I agree with Senator Chandler in one respect, and that is when she says that the IRGC are a malignant actor. They are a dreadful organisation that we do not support whatsoever. But the opposition had no issues about this process when they were in government, when they had 10 years to do something about the process, but all of a sudden they're now in opposition. They want to apply a different standard to the government.
Minister Wong.